They say curiosity killed the cat. Well, that's just to say that people never learn their lesson. In Russia, scientists have tried to make as many discoveries as they can and are doing a pretty good job. Unfortunately, some discoveries are just shocking. Tag along and let's find out what they are together. Number 10. 5,000-year-old skull. It's hard to believe that thousands of years ago people underwent surgery. That's right, no one did until scientists in Russia discovered a 5,000-year-old skull. From their research, Russian archaeologists believe that man had undergone surgery, which led to his unfortunate passing. Sad, right? The man, who was probably in his 20s, had undergone brain surgery by trepanation procedure, but was lucky enough to pull through. Trepanation is a brain procedure where a hole is drilled into your head, then treated. It's as painful as it sounds, but don't throw up yet. The trepanation measured 140 by 125 millimeters, and the institute added that there were significant red pigment fragments discovered close to the head and on the skull's vault. Although chances of surviving a trepanation in the past were very high, the patient passed away right away after surgery. The skull and the rest of the Bronze Age torso were discovered in a deep burial in Russia's Crimea, along with 2 flint arrowheads. Number 9. The Chandar Slab. In 1999, an enormous stone slab was discovered in the South Urals. Strangely, the stone slab appeared to be a very detailed 3D map of the Urals, and scientists have been speculating that it might have been taken using aerial or satellite surveys. The weird thing about the stone slab is that it was written in an unknown language. Who wrote it? Nobody's sure, not even the scientists. At first, the stone was dated back to 3,000 years ago, but scientists later changed it when they discovered the seashells inserted in the slab to mark their locations. Smart, right? Some scientists believe that the stone slab is probably 15 million years old. Now, how does a stone this old surface with such intact contents? This also had me thinking, what if there was a civilization with way more knowledge than we have? Countless Slavs have been resurfacing in Russia for a while now, leaving so many unanswered questions. Although scientists collected these slabs for research, no word was ever heard back from them. I guess they're still trying to figure out what the words mean. Number 8. The Jade Rings of Baikalj. In the summer of 2017, scientists found the remains of a man and a woman between Lake Baikalj and Olkan Island. The skeleton couple was found holding hands, with the man having a white jade ring in his eye socket. Some more rings were found on his chest, 3 to be exact, and at his knees was a small leather bag which contained some metallic instruments, the purpose of which wasn't truly known. In addition to that, a 13-centimeter jade knife was found next to the skeleton belonging to the woman. In the search for answers, analysis came up with a theory that the couple lived during the Bronze Age, typically 4,800 to 4,300 years ago. Questions have been arising regarding the purpose of the rings now that they've been found in China. Furthermore, there's a theory that they played a role in creating a racial divide. The Caucasoids worship gold, but the Mongoloids worship colored stones, particularly jade. Another explanation proposed by Siberian scholars is that the jade rings are money, and only a tiny number of craftsmen in Siberia can create them. Another question is how ancient people were able to achieve such excellent carving and what technology they used. Experts are still perplexed. What a sad way to go. Number 7. The Ishtra axes. In 2019, scientists were intrigued by the remains of the people of the Fatyanovo culture that lay on their burial grounds. Actually, it's the battle axes that caught their attention. Over 4,500 years ago, the Fatyanovo culture was maintaining their tradition of axes on men's graves for respect. What's surprising is the way these axes have been made. Honestly, it's a work of art. No one can believe that they were made 4,500 years ago. In comparison to the other basic objects in the burial place, such as arrowheads, knives, and crude axes, the fighting weapons appear to have been produced in a later period and not by hand. The polished axes resemble current metal cast axes, and they even show the seams created by casting molds. All these unusual findings were found in the Ishtra district outside of Moscow. Kind of interesting, don't you think? Number 6. Ryazan Disk. The Moscow State Historical Museum features an exhibit with no description. They're still working on what to call it. It's labeled a metal chest plate from Ryazan, 200 kilometers from Moscow. But that's all there is to it. There's no reasonable explanation for the concentric circles that cover the entire surface of the iron disc. The only thing that's certain is that it was made in the 4th century. The disc is frequently compared because of its similar look to the Antikythera mechanism, which was discovered off the coast of Greece in the early 20th century and was used to predict the positions of celestial bodies and eclipses. Number 5. Dyatlov Pass Incident. On January 23, 1959, a group of 9 hikers and an expedition leader took off for an expedition through the Ural Mountains. Along the way, one group of the members tapped out, took his sledge, and headed back to camp. This action saved his life. The rest of the group members went on as they unloaded the luggage since it was getting heavy. They reached the northern slope of the mountain on February 1st. At the crack of dawn on February 2nd, something made all the campers in their tents run out in nothing but their underwear and socks for the few that had a chance to put anything on at all. That was the last time they felt alive, because it was freezing cold outside. All 9 of the hikers lost their lives due to hypothermia. It's not clear why the campers tore the tents from the inside and ran. Some theories have been surfacing that it might have been a military test. Some think that the 9 hikers were under the influence of some drugs. That's why they cut their tents and ran out. Some think they were running away from an avalanche, but the scientists quickly ruled out the possibility of it because there's no slope on the camping site. What or who took the lives of the campers is still not clear to date. May their souls rest in peace. Number 4. Devil Creature. Right at the heart of Lake Labyrinth is believed to dwell a monster that's been spreading terror. Many people know of its reputation, so they just decided to call it the Devil Creature. Do you know what the devil looks like? Well, just take a look at this ugly beast, and I think you'll have the right idea. Researchers had been tracking the whereabouts of the Devil Creature until they finally got their breakthrough. Right at the bottom of Lake Labyrinth, they found the remains of its jaw and skeleton. Scientists have been perplexed by the lake's labyrinth because, unlike other lakes in Siberia, it doesn't completely ice over during the winter. I guess that's why the Devil Creature was able to live there for so long. Number 3. Giant holes. While Russians were recovering from the massive craters discovered in Siberia in 2015, scientists speculated that about 20 smaller holes may be dotting the northern Russian landscape. Satellite images backed up their speculation as they revealed 20 smaller craters filled with water. Should Russians be scared? I think they should. These sinkholes are thought to be caused by climate change and abnormally warm temperatures caused by the explosive release of gas hydrates. If I was living there, I'd have already packed and left. I wouldn't want to disappear in a sinkhole. It's not a good way to go. Number 2. Arkaim. This beautiful wonder, located in the southern Ural steppe, was unknown to man until 1987. Nobody knows for sure what Arkaim was, because professional academics are still debating whether the ruins are the remains of an old city or even an observatory. If we're being honest, there's no place on Earth that comes with as much curiosity as Arkaim does. There are myths and different interesting stories that come to mind when you mention Arkaim. Some believe the legend of Zoroaster the prophet took his life there. Some also say that Jesus visited the Mountain of Reason. This mountain is so close to the Arkaim, hence its popularity. Some women believe that they can restore their youth and beauty if they take a shower in the waters of the river Karagaka, which is near Arkaim ruins. The Arkaim was built in a spectacular way, with a circular design surrounded by a water ditch. The wood-paved roads look so amazing as they conceal a complex sewer system. Arkaim has earned the right to be a city square where religious rituals are carried out. Rumor also has it that the Arkaim structure was supposed to be similar to the Earth itself. It'd be amazing, right? The Arkaim is well respected for its religious qualities. Each day, people climb up the mountain to meditate, pray, or heal for those who need it most. Women with relationship issues also visit the male forest, where it's believed that after taking a walk there, they'll become more attractive and more popular. There's also the Blessed Mountain, which is quite unpopular because the tree trunks there grow crookedly, which appears strange to many. Many people refuse to be there because they say it drives them insane. Although the Arkaim's forest suffered due to the forest fires, many people still find it interesting to visit. Technically, there's no place like Arkaim. Some believe it to be a symbol of the future principle of world peace. No wonder it's sacred. All in all, you really need to take a tour to Arkaim and see these wonders firsthand. Number 1. Skeleton with alien skull and Nazi briefcase discovered in Russia. Russian scientists thought they'd seen it all from the jade rings of the Dyatlov Pass incident until they found what they didn't expect at all: an alien skull. Researchers found that 2 alien skulls and a briefcase with a Nazi emblem on it in the woods of the Russian mountains of the Caucasus. The discovery of this alien skull brought so many questions, as it would have. I mean, everyone was dying to know if it was really what they thought it meant. Are aliens already on Earth? All the scientists were able to conclude that the skulls belonged to a bipedal creature. Scientists also came to the conclusion that the Nazis were also out on a hunt for alien species, hence the Nazi briefcase. Inside the briefcase, they found a fully colored map of the Adgir region. Beside the briefcase was a ring that seemingly belonged to the Nazi soldier that had the briefcase. Although it's known that the Nazis were searching for alien species that they hoped would aid their war effort, how they knew they'd find the aliens there is still a mystery. Until next time, adios.